And hello, all my fellow nerds out there. This is Oracle Nerd Richie, and welcome back once again to our Wonderland Remastered. So, last time we found Orlem in the castle. We found out that he was actually the king, and he was the one who was commanding all the rabbit guards and such to like do the patrols and all that. And he's apparently in control of most of the places in Wonderland, I suppose. And, but aside from that, I recommend you guys go watch the other parts first before continuing with this one. So, but anyways. But I wipe my clammy film of sweat from my forehead and neck and keep going. Lighter, brighter, hotter. Now the smell seems to practically solidify it's sticking to my skin. It's heavy in the air, pre- pregnant in the droplets of moisture, suspended in the wall of heat and dripping from the walls. Lighter, brighter, hotter. My head's starting to spin, but I can see the open tunnel open just up ahead. One step. The room beyond this starts to take shape, large and filled with steam. Two steps. Low flickering lights dance almost red across the dark stone walls. Ooh. Then out into the expanse, onto a balcony overlooking a cave of steam. The smell hits me like a punch to the gut. I feel myself start to retch. But even the smell doesn't compare to what I see when I look over the edge into the room below. Cauldrons. Cauldrons? I have no idea, but they're so huge and round and filled to the brim with thick red boiling sop. More and more of them filling up a whole room, bubbling, churning, roiling, and emitting thick clouds of greasy steam that twist and coil the air above. I only have to wonder for a split second what's in the cauldron before I see it. An arm. A human arm. Protruding from the boiling muck and hanging limp over the side, red, swollen, and blistered. I reel back. I can't breathe. Can't think. My body feels numb. The the fuck? My gaze jumps from cauldron to cauldron and I see more. Naked backsides bobbing up and down, an errant hand or foot sticking out above the frothy soup, long dark hair curling into the water. My knees nearly give, and I have to lean hard against the railing to keep from crumbling to the floor. This, this is my slaughterhouse. I spin around, heart beating out of my chest. Orlov standing at the edges of the tunnel, his hands spread wide in a show of pride. Though some might prefer abattoir a bit fancier, wouldn't you say? Step back against the railing, hands grasping at the cold stone. What is... What are you... I can't seem to form words. My tongue feels about 10 times its normal size. I mean, I thought it was pretty obvious. He takes a step forward, rubbing at his chin. I need to feed my people somehow. And I also need to deal with the rabble-rousers. Why not kill two birds with one stone? You can't eat people, I finally manage. Certainly didn't have a problem with it earlier tonight, he smiles. My pupils shrink in their sockets, my blood runs cold. I think back to our meal in the ballroom, the steaming roast and the meat pies, the bacon-wrapped asparagus. Ugh, I can hear that. Bile rises in the back of my throat, and before I can stop it, I'm lurching forward and spilling the contents of my stomach onto the floor. Ola watches in disconcern. Once the convulsions in my stomach stop, I rise back up shakily, vomit dripping from my lips and down my chin. You're sick! I cringe and bring a hand to cover my mouth. Well, you know what they say about a glass house? Orla saunters over the railing to look down at the House of Horrors. The flickering lights color his face in red and steam. You know, I was going to leave you out of this. This is a matter between me and him, after all. But well, you had to go snooping and find this place. And I'm afraid that just won't do. Kings need some of their secrets to just stay that. Secret. He turns towards me with a playful smile. I take a step backwards, 1,000 alarm bells ringing off in my head. Where's Genzo? Probably just waking up, I would imagine. I twist towards the railing, his eyes searching the room frantically. And I see him, far off to the right and lying on the floor, surrounded by a circle of guards. Genzo! I screech. Orlum begins walking towards me. I spin around in a panic. We Orlum try for the stairs. We played with Orlum. We got killed before. I'm fairly certain. You know what? We got no other choice. My fight or flight mode kicks in. I need to get away. And right now the stairs are leading down into the rooms that seems like the only way to go. I dash towards them, only see a trio of guards already at the bottom and making their way up. Fuck, 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 fuck. I step backwards slowly. But Orlum's standing right behind me now. You know, it's really a shame because I did always like you, Iggy. His smile is too wide, taking up his whole face. In fact, in another life, we might have been good friends. I wonder how things would have turned out then, Another group of rabbit guards moves behind him. I'm trapped on the other side. On either side. My lips, my jaw, even my eyes feel like they're quivering, shaking, fluttering in time with my racing heart. I suppose we'll never know. Now. At that moment that something hits me from behind, and I go out like a light. Oop. Oop. Oh. The first thing I see when I begin to come to is something clenching itself around me. Tight. Followed by sensation of my legs leaving the ground. Ugh. Ugh. Ah, good, you come too. Wouldn't want you to miss all the fun. Now to wake up Sleeping Beauty. Oh! Rise and shine, you overgrown lush. He just smacks. That's a little smack animations. What is that? Genzo coughs and groans. Remind me to thank John for a lovely weekend. Oh, sorry. Yes, you ate very well, didn't you? You had a nice nap, and like a little piggy you are. Unfortunately, it's time for your little piggies to go to the market. Genzo looks 10 shades of confused. He still seems out of it, watching Orlum with his jaw slack and one eyebrow cocked. He blinks and glances around himself. Well, this is an interesting development. Genzo! I hiss. Genzo turns his head towards me almost lazily. Oh, Riggs, you too. What are you doing just hanging around? Genzo, just be serious. This isn't a fucking joke. Owen lets out a pelt of laughter. Genzo? Serious? He couldn't be serious if his life depended on it. Except maybe when tormenting me. You always took that pretty seriously, didn't you? He has a finger at the underside of Genzo's chin, cocking his head upwards. Oh god, is that what this is about? You butthurt I picked on you when we were kids? Genzo rolls his eyes. Get a life. Owen's face goes pink, red, purple. Picked on? Don, you ruined me, Gento Ichihara. He clenches his hair. And you never even realized it, did you? Damn, we're whipping out the last names. I'm in big trouble now. Shut up, shut up, shut up! Gento just grins. Did I hurt your little butt? Did you need me to powder it and pat it to make it all better? Maybe suck your dick while I was at it? Stop it! But Gento is on a roll now. His eyes flash. Or, don't tell me. This is about that time after prom, isn't it? Holy fuck. Did you really think that... Orm shrieks. He grabs a spear from one of the guards behind him and reels it back. I'm gonna muzzle that fucking mouth of yours. He swings. The flat side of the spear clocks Genzo right across the jaw. Blood flies from his mouth, but as a resounding crack echoes off the walls. Orm lets the head of the spear drop to the ground, face red, shoulders heaving. Genzo's quiet for a moment. He looks down, spits out a tooth. Pathetic. Can't even break a guy's jaw properly. He snickers, then coughs, sending trails of blood down his chin. You were pathetic then, you're pathetic now. You want to know why I picked on you? Because you're a pathetic excuse for a human being. Everybody hated you, you know that? Even your parents hated you. That's why your dad beat on you. That's why your mom... Jesus, I'm not reading that. Because they had a pathetic fucking rat for a son. Orlin wails. He brings his hands to his cheeks, clutching his face, clawing his eyes. The wail morphs into a scream, deep and heady, ripped straight from his lungs. He reaches for his spear, reels it back, then slams it into Genzo's chin again. Then the opposite direction. Again. Genzo's head wrenches back and forth with each subsequent crunch. Finally, Orlin crumbled. He lets the spear fall from his hand, sinks to his knees, his face in his palms. Genzo's face is a wreck. His jaw tilts awkwardly to one side. Bloody welts decorate his chin and cheeks. Another cough. This time he sends out a pint of blood to the ground, along with a handful of teeth. I feel tears well up in my eyes, blurring my vision. Genzo, what are you doing? I say weakly. Genzo turns to look at me. Damn, if that fucker doesn't actually smile. Smile. He grins through the blood clots leaking out between his missing teeth. Trying to keep him from going after you. My face goes white, lips trembling. It's at that moment that Orlin begins to laugh. It starts as a tiny chuckle, barely even noticeable. Then grows to a manic snicker that rocks his arms and shoulders. High-pitched and squeaking, almost like a rabid chipmunk. I don't have to put up with this. What am I doing? I'm gonna kill you, and then I'm gonna eat you for tomorrow's breakfast. He pushes himself to his feet with a wobble, laughing so hard that he has tears streaking down his cheeks. His eyes, there's something wrong with his eyes. Dark and sunken and pupils impossibly small. He brings his hands to his cheeks, unable to contain himself, and twisted grins stretched practically to his ears. Tomorrow's menu is roasted pig on a He dances over towards the iron crank, and with a panicked upwards twist, I realize that the ropes were hanging from a connected system of overhead pulleys. He twists the crank, pulls a set of levers on its handle, then wrenches it backwards. Genzo's body rises up. Olin pulls it right, clank. Now Genzo moves to the left, coming to an abrupt stop right over the center of one of the boiling cauldrons. Shit, fuck! Genzo winces, wriggling uncomfortably as the hot steam envelops him. Orlin, stop! Orlin, we can talk about this! Come on! My heart is racing. I pull and tug and kick my legs in futile panic. This little piggy went to the market! Orlin screeches as he peals with laughter. He leaves in glee as he pulls himself back on the lever hard. I feel my heart drop as Genzo goes plunging into the cauldron. Genzo! There's a sickening splash. Water spilling up and over the edge and onto the floor below. Orlin wrenches the lever back almost immediately and Genzo is yanked back out. Every inch of his exposed skin has turned pink, and steam is rolling off his body. Orlin, he starts. His voice is low and phlegmy and filled with strange, deep-seated helplessness. I've never heard from him before. This little piggy stayed home. He jerks the lever again, and Genzo is sent flying back into the roiling water. When he's pulled back up next, his body sags in enervation. You can hear him struggling to breathe, throat gasping, chest rasping. His skin is turned a brilliant shade of red. I need to do something. Anything. He's going to die. I twist my head from side to side, looking for something, looking for anything, taking in our surroundings. But there's nothing. It's just a cauldron after cauldron after cauldron. And beyond those, Orlin and the battalion rabbit guards. Fuck. This little piggy had roast beef. I hear Orlin squeal, then the telltale sound of the lever followed by a giant splash. I don't even look this time. I don't have time to look. I have to figure something out. That's when I see it. The cauldrons. Either because it was a rush job or Orlin and his men have no idea what they were doing, they're actually pretty precariously structured. They're held up by their roaring fires, by nothing but 4 wooden planks, one on each side, without any sort of additional support. If even one of those planks are taken away, I don't have time to wonder if it'll work or not. I start swinging. There's a cauldron not far to my left, and with a little bit of momentum, I may be able to reach the closest plank. I hear Genzo get pulled out of the water. He gasps, sputters. His breathing sounds like he's being wrenched across sandpaper, like nails on a chalkboard. Further, I build up momentum, swinging. This little piggy had none. Another splash. Oh, and the rabbits are so focused on Genzo, they don't even notice my antics. Closer and closer. I reach out with my foot to the next swing over. Touch the plank. I can reach it. I just need more power. One more swing. 2 more swings. I'm going pretty fast now. It must be enough. It might be enough. I hear Olam shriek again, the piercing laughter sending my heart into overdrive. This little piggy went wee 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 all the way home. I fight forward and kick every ounce of strength I could possibly muster. My foot connects. There's a sharp snap and the plank goes spinning away from the cauldron. Everything suddenly goes very fast after this. There's a heavy groan from the cauldron as it tilts forward. Then snap, snap, snap. The additional weight breaks to the other planks. The cauldron falls onto the fire with a thudding crash and rolls forward, spilling out gallons of roiling, frothing muck across the floor and towards the group. Ohm screeches and jumps backwards in an encroaching wave. His every guard follows suit, leaving back in fear. You idiots! Orlum yells. You're wearing armor! Go stop him! Clean that up! Sir! The rabbit in front of him clutches his spear. Iron has highly effective conductor of heat. Walking in that boiling water with our feet in miniature kilns. Orlum clutches his hair in disbelief. You useless lagomorphs! I don't waste a second. I begin bouncing and kicking as hard as I possibly can, pulling and yanking and stretching the rope, and with one forceful jerk it snaps and I go tumbling to the floor. I land with a splat in the hot water and give out a breathy yelp. My arms and cheeks burn with it, so hot that it makes my eyes water. But I can't let it stop me. I roll towards the pieces of wood I scattered from the fire, still burning and smoking. I slam my back straight into a particularly glowing remnant. Burn, 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 damn it! I can smell the coils of rope singeing. I feel the heat transferring through into my skin. I press down hard and begin wriggling, pushing out with my arms to snap the charred bits of rope the moment they become weak enough to break. It doesn't take long. With a jagged rip, the fibers of the outer ropes loosen and come apart, which is enough for me to shake my arms out of the bindings and frantically pull the rest off. Then I'm finally to my feet, taking only half a second to ascertain the situation, before running towards the next closest cauldron and kicking at the plank pointed towards Orlum and the rabbits. It goes down with a heaving quake, sending another wave of freshly boiled slop towards our captors. Orlum screams and stomps his feet, the rabbits back up even further. I topple one more cauldron, then face towards the cauldron beneath Genzo and send it spilling too. I feel my feet burning in the soaking socks and shoes, but I pay them no mind. My adrenaline seems to be masking the pain, at least for the time being. I take advantage of this fact and kick the remaining fire beneath where Genzo's cauldron had sat, scattering the boards of stamping out in the flames. Then I reach up, jump, and grab Genzo's shoulders. I let my full weight tug the rope down and separates with a snap. We fall to the floor with a giant smack. My head rings, but I push it through, already tugging at the ropes cinched around Genzo's arms. Genzo, buddy, you gotta wake up! Wake up! I yank away the ropes and slap his cheeks. He's out cold. His skin is a deep red and thick. Leather splotches decorate his neck, chin, and forehead. I feel myself sweating just from the steam spilling up and away from his body. Wake up, wake up, wake up! I can't carry you! Tears of frustration prick my eyes. Finally, he lets out a cough. Jesus, he looks worse for wear. When he cracks his eyelids open, his eyes have gone white. Ig, he croaks. I can barely hear him. Do me a favor? I lean close. What is it? Another cough. Could you poke me with a toothpick? Because I think I'm done. You fucker. I pull him up to his seat. He wobbles for a moment, but ultimately seems able to hold himself up. You gotta try to walk for me, okay? It's the only way out of here, and I'm not leaving you the fuck behind. I stand and grab his hand, pull him beside me. He leans heavily against me. That's it. Come on. I loop an arm around his back and begin to move, sloshing through the layer of water on the floor. He manages to move his feet fast enough to keep up, but it doesn't seem to be able to do much else. He's got about half his weight on my shoulders. Stop him! Stop him! Orlum screeches and interrupts my thoughts. Shit. My heart nearly leaps out of my chest. I'm gonna have to buy us more time. I start for the stairs as fast as I can, making a beeline towards each cauldron along the way. 1, 2, 3. They go down, sending more and more boiling water to the floor. I can't feel my feet anymore. My legs are screaming, my heart pounding. We've only got a few minutes at most. I can hear Orlum screeching and yammering in the back and batting the rabbits with the handle of his spear. but rabbits themselves still refuse to go into the steaming water. Iggy fucking Maxwell! I hear as I start up the steps, but I don't have time to look to check to see if he's following me yet. Up, 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 I tug Genzo up the steps. I don't think I've ever held someone so tight in my entire life. My body screams at every step, but my ears are straining for any hint of those iron boots racing up the stairs after us. I finally tug Genzo out onto the landing. And just before we escape into the tunnel, I catch a glimpse of rabbits splashing through the water down below. Fuck, 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 fuck. I throw myself into the tunnel, willing, begging Genzo to move faster. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! I can feel a tear of frustration building up in my eyes. The tunnel ends as we fly out of the stairway into the main hall. I'm gasping for my breath at this point. I hoist Genzo back up on my shoulders when I feel him starting to slip, and I search for the door through the sweat leaking down my eyes. Come on, Genzo, come on! Stay with me! Stay with me, buddy! I tug him towards the entrance and slam my hip against the door. It opens with a heavy creak, just enough for me to slip the two of us outside and into the garden. Then I'm racing down the path, heart pounding in my ears, huffing, puffing, groaning in terrified exasperation. Past the moat, past the empty guardhouse. I can see the little town up ahead, through the pink glimmer of sun on the horizon. No. No good. We've got to go a different way. That'll be the first place they go. So I took Genzo off the path and away. Away from the town. Away from the castle. Through the grass and towards the trees. My lungs are burning. My legs feel like jelly. But I push on. I have to push on. Genzo's slipping again, and his feet aren't keeping up as well as before. I have to keep pulling, keep tugging. I spy a creek up ahead, quiet, tranquil, next to a large outcropping of boulders. I grit my teeth and power through the last stretch, not stopping until we've made it out of sight behind the rocks. My knees give out at the moment. I stop moving. I sink to the ground, taking Genzo with me. Fuck. I can barely breathe. I lie there for a moment, eyes closed, then check on Genzo, rolling him over onto his back. His breath is strained and raspy, almost as though he's trying to breathe through the straw, and his eyes are just barely cracked open. Genzo? I wipe the sweat off my forehead, cheeks, and neck. My heart is beating in my ears. Genzo coughs. His face looks so awful I can barely look at it. Bastard, he finally ekes out. Should have figured he'd find one last way to fuck me over. He pulls his lips to a half smile. Here, I was hoping I could get a good look at you one last time. I bite down my lips, staring at his clouded eyes. They're gazing vacantly up at the sky. Here, come on. Aww. I pull his head into my lap because I don't know what else to do. Oh, damn, this is nice. Best pillow a guy could ask for. I wince and try to smooth down his hair. A twinge of guilt in my diaphragm is back, curling and twisting and eating away at my insides. I blink, and the Genzo in front of me is suddenly much younger. Even as hard as I've tried to block it from my mind, the memory still feels fresh. Almost like it happened yesterday. Thunder rattles at the window pane next to the bed, shaking the house, shaking up through my gut, my ribs, my heart. I clench the blanket into my chin, breath fast and hot. Scared eggs? Genzo next to me. Genzo was always sleeping over at my house. We'd play video games, gorge on snacks and pizza, stay up until past midnight just talking and talking. Even all the way up until junior high, I could always act like a kid with him. I don't respond. Instead, I just chew at the edge of my blanket, staring up at the ceiling. Louder this time, lightning flashing across the window, lighting up the whole room. I tense, unwittingly giving off a little moan as I try to shrink deeper into the bed sheets. Don't worry, I gotcha. Just come into the safe warm bosom of my arms. I'm not sure he knows what the word bosom actually means, but I'm not in the mood to chastise him for it. Aww. It's so cute. I let him curl around me, and in the heat of the moment, even snuggle up just a bit against his chest. I'm just scared to worry about how it looks. Another boom. But this one doesn't make my heart jump quite as much. I take a deep breath and close my eyes, willing myself to sleep. That's when I feel it. A poke against my stomach. I feel Genzo freeze against me. He sucks in his breath. What do I do? Pretend not to feel anything? Pull away? But then he'd know that I'd know. And he already knows that I know. There's no way I wouldn't feel that. Starting to sweat now. Feeling weird. Uncomfortable. I don't know how to explain it. Cold. Cold chill working its way down through my spine and out across my arms and legs. Shaking. Shaking and I can't stop. Genzo? I heard something out in the hallway. Hallway? Genzo's voice squeaks. Yeah, could you go check? Sure, of course, yeah. He pulls away and sits up. I see him take a moment to collect himself, just sitting there on the side of the bed. Finally, he stands up. I'm gonna go check for you. Thanks. I'm still shaking, but the feeling is starting to leave. The tightness in my chest is loosening. Genzo's darkened form walks towards the other side of the room, and I hear the click of the door opening as he steps out into the hall. He's gone a long time. Another window rattling thunderclap sends me back beneath the covers. Then I hear it. A thud from outside, followed by a yelp and a series of sharp cracks from the stairs. Genzo? I'm out of the bed in an instant, dashing through the door, my thin pajamas fluttering. I grope for the light in the hall, and then when I turn it on, I see Genzo lying on the bottom of the stairs unmoving. Genzo! No, 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 no. Each note falls with time with his footsteps racing down the stairs. But when I stumble down next to him, he's already out cold, blood leaking out of his ears, his nose dribbling from his mouth. He'd spent a week at the hospital after that, and they'd said he'd be fine. Just fine. Perfectly fine. A month later, his sight had begun to go. Whoops. We should have caught that. Tears prick at my eyes. I look down at Genzo now. How had everything come to this? I wipe at the snot leaking down my nose and let out a quivering breath. I need to do something. Find a way to help him, but how? And from where? It's not like we can walk anymore. Then do I have to leave him behind? Maybe I could follow the creek. Surely it could lead somewhere. Another town over, maybe? Somewhere further from Orlam and his guards? I scoot Genzo's head gently off my legs and down onto his hat to give him some cushion, then rise to my knees. I'm gonna go find someone, okay? Okay. I'll bring back someone who can help you. We need to get you a doctor. Alright. Just gonna follow this creek. There's gotta be some place along it. Even a little village or something. Okay. I chomp down on the inside of my cheek. Genzo's just lying there, not even trying to look in my general direction. Well, what are you waiting for? Get going, he coughs. Yeah. I reach for his hand, clasping it on my own, and give it a squeeze. I'll be back. Okay. Then I take off, staggering my weight alongside the creek and further into the trees. Trudge further and further into the woods, following the creek, following its winding path through the trees, through the brush, over the rocks and pebbles, the, the silt and clay. I stumble, fall, press on, press forward, fast forward. Rewind? If only I could rewind this. Rewind everything. Back to my apartment, safe and sound. Back to the barbecue, everyone alive and well. What is all of this? Why is this happening? I can't feel my feet at this point. I can't feel much of anything at this point. Forward, forward. Follow the sound of the water. Follow it to salvation. Follow it to judgment. The trees are thicker now, darker, sun peeking in through the dappled patterns on the current. And the air feels cold, almost like I'm being watched. I turn around and check the path behind me, but there's nothing. No one. Just the damp chill on the back of my neck, curling like a leech beneath my collar, sending pinpricks of unease down my spine. It's completely still, save for a small object hanging from one of the trees up ahead. It sways ever so slightly, twisting on its string. I approach it carefully, senses keen, cup in my hands. Doll? But its bud and I stare up at me. Its con body sits limply in my palms. Is it just me or does this doll look a little different from before? I don't remember. I think the doll looks a little bit different, like kind of. I let it go and watch it swing back to its original position, hanging from the neck as though dropped from the gallows. It twirls and dances, eyes pointed skyward. There's another one up ahead, and when I move towards it, I spot another and another. Everywhere. I spit around. They're everywhere. Hanging from every tree, bodies limp, eyes lifeless. Sweat forms along my hairline, tracing my temples. My heart. Something feels like it's twisting my heart. An unbearable sadness. As though I'll never be happy again. I need to get out of here. I begin walking again, faster. I'm practically jogging now. Every second I can feel the pain stabbing at my heart, the hollow emptiness expanding inside of me. I swat the branches and leaves, stumble over rocks on the ground. Feel like I'm falling through a bottomless hole. Everything around me is black. My foot hits a large stone angled upward, away from the creek. I hit the dirt, shoulder throbbing and face full of grass. But more than that, the weight is gone. The claws of sadness have receded from my heart. I blink, push myself up. It's lighter, too. I've reached some sort of clearing. Oh, and there it is. God, I never thought I'd see this place again. In the center of the clearing is a small cottage, smoke curling from its chimney. There's someone here? Now I push myself all the way up to my feet, looking around. Someone's chopping wood behind the cottage? Someone's here. Someone who might be able to help us. I start forward, limping at first, then pushing through the pain in my feet and rushing forward with as much strength as I can muster. Around the corner of the cottage, then stop. My eyes go wide. The woman at the chopping block stills, rises to her full height. Bucks! I finally say, voice cracking. She doesn't turn around. Doesn't move either. Just stands there, axe in her hand, facing the trees. Bucks, it's me, Iggy. It's Iggy. I take a step forward. I knew we'd find you here. I knew it all along. She turns. Her face is blank, indifferent. She doesn't even blink. I allow the sentence to say. I swallow the sentence I was about to say. Look from her to the chopping block to the cottage. Bucks, what are you doing here? My voice trembles. Did you open the door to Wonderland? A pause. Where's Sadie, Bucks? I didn't open the door, Iggy. Bucks said slowly, heavily. We all know adults like us can't open the door. Then a smile, small at first, then growing into a delightful moon-shaped curve. She opened the door for me. My throat grows tight. What do you mean? She wouldn't stop crying, Iggy. Crying and screaming and whining and screeching. I couldn't take it anymore. It was driving me crazy. Take a step back. Bucks, my voice is barely a whisper. A whisper. What did you do? I stopped her from crying. My blood runs cold. I can't move, can't breathe. And now look at me. It's wonderful, Iggy. Listen to that silence. She she throws her arms back. Nothing. No one to bother me. A pause. Then her gaze goes up to me. At least there wasn't. Her face darkens. Why are you here? Did Hooner send you? He sent you, didn't he? Bucks. Oh, here we go again. You're here to make me go back there, aren't you? To take me away from all this. No, Bucks. I would never. I'm not going back. I'll kill you before you can take me back. Fuck, stop! It hurts. Fuck, it hurts. Jesus, that was a lot. I lie there and breathe, looking up at the sky. Everything looks so gold. Iggy. My breath catches. I cough, hack, tremors running through my body. What do you want, Iggy? So gold. So fucking gold. What do you wish for more than anything else in the whole world? What do I don't know what I want. I don't. I do. Because lying there looking up at the endless gold sky, I've realized something. A single thread connecting all of my friends' miseries that ruined their lives is me. I let out a shudder breath. It's so obvious. All of it. I raise my hand, raise it towards the expanse of gold. I wish tears have returned. They're flowing freely now, tracing cloudy rivers through the dirt and scratches on my cheeks. I wish I never existed. Damn, and that was it. Whew. That's that was a lot. That was a lot to take in immediately through the story. But yeah, honestly, just for being the remade version of Act One, it has a lot more improvements than I initially thought. Like there was a lot going on, and I really liked all the improvements that Kara put into it. Like aside from the Iggy sprite mode and everything, like putting in like new CGs and everything to completely accentuate every single moment of the game. Like something like that is very cool, and I really like it, dude. And like honestly, I really wish I could make a game like this, something that's just as story driven as this. It's just awesome. Like nothing else can nothing else I can think of can possibly compare because I've played tons of games that try to replicate this kind of feeling, and barely any of them do. Like there's a select few that do, but not all of them do. All right, well, oh, beta testers. Damn, oh, that was a whole credit sequence. Oh, I hear something. I woke in the next morning and saw Mrs. Donish rolling her trash bin down the driveway. There's something stuck in the wheels because with each rotation the bin lurches upwards and smacks heavily against the pavement. Roll, roll, smack. I tense. Wait for the sound of something to drop. And only just question why I would do something like that when the sound of something hollow bouncing out of the concrete interrupts the rolling. You hear her stop, pick whatever it is up, toss it back inside the bin. Roll, roll, smack. I lie there a moment, browse forward against my closed eyes, but ultimately shake it off. I groan and push myself up in my bed, roll the sleep out of my eyes, and look around. My room. Yes, this is my room. The same as it's been every morning. Yet somehow it feels like I haven't seen it in a long, long time. Chewing the inside of my cheek, letting this strange feeling of disconnection wash over me as I take in the blankets, the far wall, the open bedroom door. Then reach over for my glasses on the bedside table and lob them across my nose. All right. I think this is actually a good time to leave this video here for now. So, um, I'm gonna leave this here. Wait, and oh wait, actually, wait, should I leave it here? No, it still says Arc One. So, you know what? We're gonna finish Arc One. Why not? I wander off towards the kitchen and start the coffee pot. Maybe I really did drink too much yesterday. It's making my head all weird. Once the coffee percolating, is percolating, I empty the last of my chocolate rice snappers into the bowl and take to it like soup. Pause a moment mid slurp to look around again. Why does it feel so strange? Why does the morning sun shining at exact angles send a chill down my spine and butterflies through my belly? I shake my head. I don't have time for this. Finish up the snappers and head for the bathroom. I look awful, but then again, when don't I? I hook a finger around the corner of my mouth and pull my lip back to observe the damage in my back filling. Yep, still about to pop. Still need to get those wisdom teeth looked at. I attacked them with a toothbrush instead, washing away the chocolate and rinsing out my mouth. Once finished, I splashed 3 good-sized handfuls of water onto my face, hoping to wash away the cloying feeling of disquiet while I'm at it. Before pulling away, I rub at my nose, half expecting to find bruises beneath my ears. But of course, there's nothing. I have no idea why I'd have bruises on my throat in the first place. Wait. Oh, beneath my ears, it says. Oh, okay. I didn't read that right. I glare at myself in the mirror for even entertaining such a thought. The coffee is ready by the time I step back out, ready to start the day. So I grab a mug, make it from my usual spot on the desk, open my usual programs, and start my usual tunes. I certainly won't be able to ask any extensions due to the odd detachment from reality, so I'm just gonna have to focus. 3 cups of coffee and one granola bar and 2 readjusting my legs later, I've reached my groove. I nod my head to the music as my fingers dance sporadically rhythms across the keys. So focused I don't even notice my phone buzzing until it's about to switch over to voicemail. The green phone icon catches my eye. It's Hooner. I simply snap my hand towards it, only for tip of my knuckles to graze the cradle of my coffee and sending it and the last few sips of my cold coffee towards the carpet. Every nerve in my body reacts at once. I leap for the chair to grab it, only to jerk my headphone out of the cord jack in the process and promptly blast the dance-worthy beats on electro swing throughout the entire apartment. This is about to send a heart into overdrive, and with a panic twist, I reach back for who knows what at this point. But my flying hand hits the back of my chair, a feet pretzel beneath me, and we both go down. My head hits the soggy carpet just as my phone gives one last zealous buzz, vibrating itself straight off the desk and onto my chest. I pick it up just as it beeps to tell me I have a new message. For fuck's sake. Hooner, why did you have to... I stop. How do I know it's Hooner? I finally look at the phone, and sure enough, his name's on the caller ID. Weird. And weirder still, because I don't think he's ever called me before. I click the music off and jab the redial button, balancing the phone between my ear and shoulder as it said blooding the carpet with paper towel wads. The phone rings twice, and then connects. Hey, sorry I missed your call. What's up? The paper towel is soaked by this point. But the sound that comes through his receiver isn't what I expected. Sobs, harried sniffles, a cough. Hooner, he's crying. Iggy? I pause it in my carpet cleaning ministrations. Hooner, what's wrong? A pause, then, is it Bucks? This somehow triggers another cough from Hooner. She's gone, Iggy. I don't know where or what. A hiccup. What happened? I woke up this morning and she was gone. There was no note, nothing. Then starts a fresh wave of sobs. Iggy, she took Sadie, both of them. They're just gone. I've called and I've called and I've called. Suddenly fall back on my rear end. This all feels too familiar. I shake my head, trying to collect my thoughts. You're sure she didn't just say anything last night? Or what about an appointment? Anything in the calendar? Maybe you just forgot? Hunter's voice shakes. There's nothing. I would have known, and besides, the car is still in the garage. He pauses. I can hear him swallow. Iggy, I'm scared. You haven't heard from her, have you? Or did she say anything last night? Anything strange? I run a hand through my hair. I haven't heard from her since last night. She seemed normal, I guess. I don't know. Nothing stood out to me. She wouldn't stop crying, Iggy. I spin around. That voice sounded so real. I've already reached out to everyone else. No one's heard from her. I hear Hooner sniff through the phone. It's been hours now. I don't know what to do. I rub my face, my eyes, trying to stay focused on Hooner. It's, Bugs, it's probably she just forgot to tell you about something. I'm sure she's perfectly reasonable explanation for it. Another sniff. The line is quiet for a moment. Then soft as a whisper. Yeah. It'll be fine, okay? Just keep trying her. Yeah. The line goes dead. I blink. Hooner? But there's no response. He must have hung up. I just sit there for a moment, staring at the far wall. My chest feels strangely light, tight, and a tingly sensation of disquietude, gnawing at the base of my neck is growing, branching out like an electric spider web in my skin. I push myself back to my feet and carry the soggy paper towel wads into the trash can in the kitchen. They fall atop the empty fruit snack box with a wet thwap. As I watch the dribbles of coffee descend across the mouths of the sharks decorating in front of it like blood of their latest kill, something pings in my head. I need to do something. Do something? Do what? Maybe I can change things. Change what? I, I groan and bring my hands to my face, clutching at my eyes. I'm about ready to give myself a good smack. My gaze falls to my phone. I should Call someone. Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Call someone. See if I can figure out what the hell is going on. I saw a small rectangle off the floor and slumped down in my work chair, bringing up my contacts. Call someone. Call who? It's not like I got a lot of choices. Call Genzo. Oh, I like that that's the only option you get. But I think this is actually a better time to save at this point. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like, comment what you think, share this video with your friends, and be sure to subscribe, click the bell so you don't miss a single notification. We'll probably finish Arc 1 tomorrow next time and start up Arc 2 whenever that happens. And I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye.
You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason